looking at a live view of the Russian Mission Control, where the team there is overseeing the preparations for the undocking of the MS-16, now in its last few hours at the International Space Station, before it undocks and makes its way back to the Earth with NASA astronauts Chris Kässidi, Russian cosmonaut Anatoly Ivanišin, and Russian cosmonaut Ivan Wagner on board. Good afternoon and welcome now to the International Space Station Flight Controller. The team here is also working, just coming in for their shift and beginning to oversee some of those preparations as well. The team is now getting ready for the 3:10 p.m. Central Time undocking of Kässidi, Ivanišin, and Wagner. And I'm Brandy Dean. The crew has already said the main part of their farewells. They're now getting ready to get inside their Soyuz, dock to the Poisk module on the space station. And that is the next step on a checklist that will lead them to a landing in Kazakhstan at 9:55 p.m. Central tonight. TD, do you have the change of command ready? Checklist was for Chris Kässidi, who has been commander of the International Space Station and Expedition 63 since April, to hand the space station reins over to Expedition 64 commander Sergei Ryzhikov, and change of command ceremony that took place yesterday afternoon. In case you missed it live, we have some video of that ceremony to play for you here next.
Welcome aboard the International Space Station to the Expedition 63 to 64 crew change of command. I'm NASA astronaut Chris Kässidi here, and with all six of us, it's an honor to be with this event with you guys right now. You know, Expedition 63 has gone by super fast. We joke around that there's only Mondays and Fridays, and it's a big blur of time between. And when we started the mission, the pandemic on Earth was just starting, and now we are returning to Earth, and our fellow crewmates here had to train through those 6 months. Our time on board has been very interesting. We've had some time as a 3-person crew. We had some time as a 6-person crew, both at the beginning with Drew and Jessica and Oleg, and now with Sergei and Kate. And then in the middle, we had a time as a 5-person crew with Bob and Doug, and we had the privilege of welcoming the SpaceX demo mission on board the International Space Station. Sprinkle in there some spacewalks and some Progress cargo vehicles and some American cargo vehicles and some crazy situations with the space station systems. It's just been an incredible 6 months of our lives. But experiences are nothing without the people that you enjoy those experiences with. And I must say, it's been really an honor to be with my friend Tolia and Ivan. Couldn't have asked for a better team of people to be here with. And when we had just a crew of 3, we spent several cozy days in just the service module, and it was just a wonderful, wonderful time. I also want to give a shout out, as I mentioned, to Drew, Jessica, and Oleg. It was great to be with them. Bob and Doug, certainly we had 2 wonderful months, and then this week has gone by super fast with Sergei, and Kate. Thank you for being part of it with us. And so with that, we have this small tradition where there's a key to the International Space Station, which didn't exist when I was here 7 years ago. I don't remember this, but now we have this, and I think it's very cool. It symbolizes the tool that we use on the Russian hatches to open and close the hatches, and it's a very appropriate key of the space station. It symbolizes the camaraderie that we have between all of the space agencies. And Sergei, it's with great pleasure and honor that I present you this key and command of the International Space Station. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you very much. It's a great day. It's an unforgettable event, and this key reminds me time when I was a pilot and we kept key of sky, and now we keep key of space, and it's very interesting, very honorable for me. And we are very happy to join our crewmates and left this week together. And our mission is going to be very to have many events, many activity, and we are ready to continue tradition to show how on board people have example for people on Earth, how we work together, how we help together, and how we like to be on board station. So thank you very much, whole ground team, and we are looking forward to work with you upcoming 6 months. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Houston. We appreciate your support, and over to you.
Station Houston, we are thrilled to be with you today as we mark the end of this amazing increment. Expedition 63, thank you for your hard work and accomplishments. You've all set an impressive example with your work ethic and dedication to the mission. Chris, Anatoly, and Ivan, safe travels home tomorrow. And Sergey, and Kate, we are looking forward to a great increment with working with you.
That again was a recording of the change of command ceremony that took place yesterday, Tuesday afternoon, when Expedition 63 Commander Chris Kæssidi handed over the key of the space station to the Expedition 64 Commander, Sergei Ryzhikov. Ryzhikov will stay behind with astronaut Kate Rubins and cosmonaut Sergei Kuzbershkov once Kæssidi, Ivanishин, and Wagner leave today. You also heard there at the end some thanks on behalf of the teams on the ground from the Capcom, Woody Hoberg. You're now seeing a live view inside the International Space Station Flight Control Room of the team that's going to be overseeing the operations here in Houston. Team is led tonight by Flight Director Chris Edelin, with Capcom Jay Marshke sitting at his side. And in Kazakhstan, a number of officials and vehicles are standing by in preparation for the landing. Kæssidi, Ivanishин, and Wagner expect to touch down southeast of Zhezkazgan in Kazakhstan at 9:55 p.m. Central or 8:55 a.m. local time there. Several of the 12 Mi-8 helicopters have been deployed to various areas to await the landing. 8 are at the expected landing site, and 2 more will be ready about 250 miles away in an area where touchdown would occur if a ballistic entry occurred. A final 2 helicopters are going to be loitering midway between those 2 sites, and we're of course not expecting a ballistic entry, but we are always prepared for one just in case. And the weather forecast is looking good for today. Cool and breezy at the landing site with temperatures around 45 degrees and a few clouds at 5,000 feet, as well as scattered clouds at 20,000 feet. The winds out there are going to be out of the west, coming in at 14 knots, and visibility should be about 6 miles or more at the time of landing.
Station Moscow on switch to ground 1 regarding com config. Go ahead.
Сергей, здравствуйте, это Алексей Шумко.
Sergey, this is Alexei.
Вас по Иридиуму.
I actually was your instructor on Iridium. So now regarding the configuration is as follows. Could you please open radiogram 72126, perform step 5. First, the deactivation of VHF-2 as band relay mode, and then after step 5, repeat step 1 of the radiogram in full, radiogram 7126. Copy. In work, I will perform step number 5 of the radiogram 7126. Okay, yes, once again, step 5 and then step number 1. Copy. 5 and 1. Copy that.
Again, here on the ground, everyone is getting into place for the upcoming 9:55 p.m. Central landing today. But on orbit, the crew has to get into their vehicle and close the hatches between themselves and the rest of the space station. That's scheduled for 3:10 p.m. Central Time, a little less than 30 minutes from now, although that timing can fluctuate a little bit as the crew moves through their steps. At the moment, the two crews still have a few minutes together. Kæssidi, Ivanišin, and Wagner will be leaving behind their crewmates of the past week. That is Expedition 64 Commander Sergei Ryzhikov and Flight Engineer Sergei Kudspirchkov, both of Roscosmos, along with NASA astronaut Kate Rubins. Those three will be having the space station to themselves until next month, when 4 new crew members will be launching from Florida in a SpaceX Crew Dragon. They'll be joined by Mike Hopkins, Victor Glover, Shannon Walker of NASA, along with Soichi Noguchi of the Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency. That'll be the first regular operational flight for a Crew Dragon, following up on the successful flight of the Demo 2 mission this summer, which brought Doug Hurley and Bob Behnken to the space station to spend 2 months as part of the Expedition 63 crew. That was just one of the highlights of the Expedition 63 mission. In addition to that, Crew Dragon, Kæssidi, Ivanišin, and Wagner welcomed 3 cargo spacecraft, a Russian Progress, a Northrop Grumman Cygnus, and a Japanese HTV module, as well as the Soyuz that carried up Rubins, Ryzhikov, and Kudspirchkov to the space station last week. Kæssidi and his crewmates also said goodbye to 5 visiting vehicles, including the Crew Dragon, that HTV that they were there for the arrival of, and the preceding Progress and Cygnus vehicles, as well as the Soyuz that delivered back to Earth the crewmates they briefly shared the space station with after arrival, Andrew Morgan, Jessica Meir, and Oleg Skropochka. Kæssidi also took part in 4 spacewalks during his time at the space station, heading out of the Quest airlock along with Bob Behnken for a total of 23 hours and 37 minutes. Combined with the spacewalks he conducted on his previous missions, STS-127 and Expeditions 35 and 36, he spent a total of 54 hours and 51 minutes spacewalking on a total of 10 spacewalks. That leaves him tied for the most spacewalks conducted by a U.S. astronaut and at number 9 on the all-time spacewalking list. Following his landing today, Kæssidi will have spent a total of 378 days in space over the course of 3 trips to space, which will put him in the 5th place for time and space among U.S. astronauts. His crewmate, Anatolий Иванишин, has also made 3 trips to the space station, but since all 3 of his were long-duration missions, he'll be landing with a total of 476 days in space, earning him the 25th spot for time and space among all astronauts. And Ivan Wagner will wrap up his first spaceflight with 196 days just for this mission.